played backwards was satanic.
Well, that's a well-documented fact, of course.
So I was sitting in the front room watching TV, and our front door barely gets used, and there's a knock on the door. I'm like, what? Who'd be knocking on that door? So I opened the door, and they immediately go into their spiel and everything. And my dad had told me about the Mr. Ed theme song thing. And so I'm sitting there looking at him going, what? I had never actually seen him at the door or anything. So they're, going through their whole deal and everything. I'm going, what the heck are you talking about? And the next thing I know, I hear from behind me, a horse is a horse, of course, unless, of course, the horse. And I turn around and I look, and my stepdad, he's dancing around singing the Mr. Ed theme song. I'm like, there's no way. And I turn back around and I look at them, and they're both beat red in the face, and they just walk off. And I'm like, oh my God, you believe it? It's true, it's true.
So they, as best you could tell, even the Jehovah's Witnesses believe, like, oh no, he's doing the satanic thing.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, yeah.
I have never heard that before. Mike. Can you play that song, Mike? This is the Mr. Ed
Horse
thing.
is a horse, of course.
I didn't realize that was Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
I vaguely know the song. Yeah, I can see the satanic influence.
Yeah, Wilbur. Well, my ex-wife was Jewish.
Yeah.
So when whoever it was would come to the door, she would just go, I'm Jewish. And I mean, it was like kryptonite. It was like garlic for a vampire.
Really? They just roll.
I mean, it's just like you basically just cut off whatever they're going to say. I don't know why.
I used to use the Holy Trinity on them.
What do you mean?
Because I think Mormons don't believe in either like Mary or the Holy Spirit. One of
the two is not part
Maybe
of
it's the Holy Spirit. There's something. So if you just stick to that, like, well, I'm down with that. They're just kind of like, all right.
Okay, yeah. I mean, not that I care. I mean, the last time someone knocked on my door that way, I think I gave them a couple bottles of water. It was the middle of summer. It was like 85 degrees. They're wearing slacks and a long sleeve white shirt and a tie. So I'm like, you guys want some water or something? Like, yeah. I was like, all right, I'll get you a bottle of water.
Yeah,
that was kind of my way of going like, all right, I'll see you on your way.
I mean, when you're doing like any, like, right, like I did door-to-door sales for 3 months, right? You'll get it with like the not construction, but like garage people or lawn people. But it is odd when you're knocking on somebody's door, right? Like it's in your brain. Like they used to teach us all the time, like don't open the screen door, hit the doorbell, and like be a foot or two back because you don't want to startle them. But then if you're one of those, if you're a Mormon and you have to go do it, it's tougher because it's religion. At least when I open up and be like, we got these coupons for Domino's, people are like, well, I like pizza.
Yeah,
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't mind hearing your pitch. Now, in the 3 months that you did door-to-door sales, did you ever like knock on a door and the person who answered the door, you just immediately were creeped out or scared? Like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah, it was PG County. Some people just open the door and just be like, get the F. Like, what are you doing here? You know what I mean?
Good
just
times.
That anger. And you could read it pretty quick.
Problem with the Census Bureau was most people are not home during the day.
Right.
But your job hours are during the day. And you notate every house you go to, whether you got a response, whatever the deal is, the time that you got there, and knowing that you're going to go back because some days we just get the day off. And then you start working about 4 or 5, and you go to 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So you're knocking on these doors where you'd been there before to see if anybody's home because they're probably working.
Right.
And those were the interesting times, I thought, because, whole families would be there like, look, we need 2 minutes. That was what we told. We just need 2 minutes to get this done for the federal government, and we will be out here. And a lot of times people would just invite us in, and you'd be standing like in the foyer of the hallway, and like, that's lasagna, right? That's some kind of pasta product. It smells delicious. Like, get me the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Sometimes cool kids, whatever. But it's always interesting just being in someone's home who you don't know, where all family is present.
Yeah.
So that was the weird aspect of the
because everyone's looking at you
of the night thing. Like, who are these
I didn't
people?
grow up eating oxtail. The first time I had oxtail was because some woman invited me and my buddy in, and she was like, cooking oxtail, and I just went, I've never had oxtail. And she was like, all right, like, sit down. And she made us a plate.
All right.
Okay.
How was it?
Delicious.
Yep.
I'd eat it now. I get why it's a thing.
Here's a bizarre one for you. They say for some Nobel Prize winners, the news came with a knock at the door. For others, it was a long-awaited phone call, honoring a discovery made decades ago. Nobel Prizes, they say, are considered among the world's most prestigious honors for achievements in medicine, physics, chemistry, literature, economics, peace. The winners join the pantheon of Nobel laureates.
Laureates.
What does laureates mean? Noblemen?
Basically, it's something you and I have never achieved. You can be a laureate in high school, in college. You're the upper echelon of whatever your specialty is.
Is that Albert Einstein, Mother Teresa?
There you go.
So 5 of this year's 9 science winners were in the United States when the news broke, and some were fast asleep. 2 winners were in Japan, 7 hours out ahead of Stockholm. They were awake and working when the call came from a Swedish number. One thought it was a telemarketer. Here's how some of this year's winners found out. A knock at the door. This takes place in Seattle, when Associated Press photographer Lindsay Wasson knocked on the door of Mary E. Brunkow's Seattle home. It was 4 a.m. local time on Monday.
Who does that?
It was the scientist's dog who woke up first. Zelda's barking roused Brunkow's husband, Ross Clockwin. I don't think he really knew what I was there for. And I said, you know, sir, I think your wife just won the Nobel Prize.
At 4 in the morning, you're done.
Watson's photographs captured him waking up Brunkow and telling her the life-changing news. She was among 3 winners sharing the 2025 Medicine Prize. Don't be ridiculous, she told her husband, but it was true. The trio had, in research dating back for 2 decades, uncovered a key pathway the body uses to keep the immune system in check, called peripheral immune tolerance.
Yeah, of course.
Experts call the finding critical to understanding autoimmune diseases, type 1 diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, and lupus, and everything else. But yeah, the knock on the door came at 4 a.m.
Why? I don't. It's just so weird to me because it's like this is not an emergency. This is good news that at whatever time you wake up, you're probably happy to hear it. Mm-hmm. But they're like, nah, 4 a.m. Hey, man, you won the Nobel. Like, I would be excited that I won the Nobel Prize or something, but I'd also be super grumpy because you knocked on my door at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, there's nothing. At 4 a.m. to me, like, and look, I get it. People got to get up to go to jobs sometimes. But
sure.
At 4 a.m. still seems like you're teetering on night. To me, 5 a.m. I go, all right.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't knock on a door, but 4 a.m., I'm just like, you're lucky you didn't get shot.
The following day, 2 AP photographers headed to Santa Barbara, California to find physicist John Martinez before the sun rose. His wife, Jean, answered the door and told them to come back later. Martinez needed his sleep. For many years, we would stay up on the night the physics award was announced. At some point, we just decided, that's nuts. We'll figure it out if it's happening. But let's just get our sleep. She had laughing. I was trying to think how I can introduce this. Like, do you think you should plan a trip to Sweden? She finally woke her husband up at just before 6 a.m., telling him only that the AP wanted an interview. I kind of knew the Nobel Prize announcements was this week, so I kind of put 2 and 2 together. I opened my computer and looked under the Nobel Prize and saw my picture along with the 2 AP photographers. So I was kind of in shock. The trio won the Physics Prize for the research on the weird world of subatomic quantum tunneling, the advancement of power
a sex move
of everyday digital communications and computing. So, just so you know, if you're going to win a Nobel Prize, chances are, if you're on the West Coast, they're going to knock on the door pretty early.
That, for whatever reason, it just shocks me. It's like you said, Nobel, you consider this prestigious thing, and typically I do not equate prestige with a 4 a.m. wake-up call. Not even a wake-up call. I mean, one thing if they called you, to say, hey, you won a Nobel Prize, you're like, all right, cool. But they're physically at your home.
Yes.
Do you invite them? Like, I don't know the protocol at 4 a.m. You're giving me good news. But also it's 4 a.m., so I'm really not in the mood to talk, even if I won the lottery. But you're giving me good news. Now, do I invite you into my home at 4 a.m. for a cup of coffee? Do I just wait for you to finish your spiel, say, hey, thanks, close the door on you? You know what I mean?
Hey, I saw some weird crap with the Census Bureau. I saw, at one point in time, the mail slot on the door. A lot of the doors had those.
Yeah.
Like early 1900s homes. Mm-hmm. But the mail slot was in the door. When you open up the slot, you threw the mail in and landed on the floor.
Yeah.
I've seen those lift up very, very slowly.
Well, someone peeking out at you?
No, a dog's nose.
Yeah.
I've also seen a cat's arm outside of that as well. As soon as we rang the doorbell.
Cats want to hit everything first.
They just stick their arm out and just start feeling around the door.
So,
You
I mean,
know?
like, dogs are a little more cautious. Like, I'm going to sniff with this. As cats are straight up like, I will kill you if I can find you.
Yeah.
You ever seen, like, have mail snatched out of your hand from a dog on the other side?
No.
Just, my neighbor would occasionally, our mail would get mixed up. He had the same last name as me, and his address was one different. And the first time I went to his house, I'm like 10 years old. I hear his dog barking, and he lives kind of like, not quite a cornfield, but he has a lawn that is overgrown with corn, for lack of a better term. But I hear this dog barking, and I'm just like, oh, it's just roo, roo, roo. So I'm freaking out. I'm panicking, and I'm kind of between his screen and his front door, but there's no shelter. One, the guy was with his dog. So when the guy turned the corner, I felt better. This dog was like the size of a chihuahua. It was not a chihuahua, but this little itty-bitty dog. Picture like, I don't know, if Mini-Me had Shaquille O'Neal's voice, right? It's just not. So this dog just had the deepest voice that freaked me out. But any other time to get the mail, I kind of knew the dog now, so I wasn't sweating it, but he had a mail slot. And I'd open the mail slot, and you could physically feel it get tugged out of your hand by this dog. Every time. Maybe 3 times that I had to go over there and just open the mail slot. He's already barking, and I mean, just grab the mail, snatch it out of my hand.
Yep.
Like, all right, man.
The hometown I grew up in.
I think there's some dogs, people, you got to put up a sign because they'll just chew it up too.
Oh, like, do not put it through the mail slot.
Yeah.
You know, Ted, you
leave it out front.
You told me there, like in Belltown, there were a couple of not speakeasies, but kind of like hidden cocktail bars behind the door. So, at one point in time, this was right before I left my hometown. My buddy and I are on the hunt for drugs. Okay, so we go to where we
On
know
the hunt.
we go to where
Ghillie
we
suits, camo, everything on.
we go to where we know his girlfriend works.
All right.
He is typically there. He's there all the time. So we get there like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's one of those nights.
Yeah.
We see Krissa, who is my cousin, same one.
Okay.
And say, hey, where's your boyfriend at? We need to get a hold of him. She's like, he's down at the club. And I was like, the club? I know this city inside now. I know every aspect of this town. She goes, no, you go down by the old Daniels. You'll go down the stairwell in the back of the building right near the parking lot, and you knock on the door. And when you knock on the door, whoever answers, and she told me the name of the guy, she's like, just ask for. I was like, okay, all right, no problem. Knock on the door. The guy opens up the door. Smoke rolls out. There are craps tables. There is poker going on.
Oh, yeah.
There is a bar down there. There is music playing. The whole place is packed. I see 3 guys that I know that my stepfather knows. All in this room. It's 1:45 in the morning. And they're down there just going, smoking cigars.
Oh, of course.
Drinking.
Yeah.
Playing cards. I had no idea that this hidden world existed underneath this old, department store.
Yeah.
It was bizarre. Like you walk in there like, I'll be damned. You got to be kidding me.
Did you ever go back as a guest?
No. This was a much older crowd.
Okay.
This was a much older crowd.
They were probably shocked to see you.
Which I'm pretty sure has
They weren't.
a lot to do with
As soon as
why,
they looked at him, said, we know why these guys are here.
Well, I think that the boyfriend that I was looking for was there for the same reason I was looking for him.
Okay.
Because he was either getting or dropping off or whatever the hell he was doing. Still to come, Terry Daly, Steve Mason, Daily Mix Morning Show will sit and spin. We've got 10 of rock's most hated songs. And your emails on the way next from the men's room at KISW.com.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, experts have the
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
A top story tonight. Online investigators believe that Walmart's new logo was inspired by Winnie the Pooh's anus. But first, the folks at IMDb have their list of the most popular cartoons in the United States.
Why would the federal government care about our cartoon watching habit?
The federal government?
Yeah, you said the IMDb put out the list.
IMDb, yes.
Isn't the IMDb like the CIA or the FBI or the IRS?
No, Felix. IMDb is the Internet Movie Database. Nothing to do with the federal government. They deal with entertainment.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
At any rate, they released their list of number 1, The Simpsons.
That show has been on for 35 years, man.
The average age in the United States is just over 38 years. Think about that.
That's crazy, man. What other cartoons made the list?
Rounding up the top 5 are Rick and Morty, South Park, Family Guy, and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No Bugs Bunny or Looney Tunes.
Not even in the top 10.
That's ridiculous, man. Looney Tunes were the greatest cartoon ever, man. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Foghorn Leghorn, classic.
Well, it doesn't happen often, but I actually agree with you about Looney Tunes. The most impressive thing was that one man provided all of the voices for the characters.
What?
One man did all the voices for Looney Tunes.
No way, man. You're telling me that the man who voiced Bugs Bunny is the same man that voiced Tweety Bird?
That is exactly what I'm telling you, Felix. All of those voices were done by a man named Mel Blanc.
Gibson.
What?
Was it Mel Gibson?
No, it was Mel Blanc.
Torme. Was it Mel Torme?
What? No, his name was Mel Blanc.
Brooks.
It was not Mel Brooks, Felix. Listen to me. The man who voiced Bugs Bunny and all the other Looney Tunes characters. His name was Mel Blanc.
B. Mel B.
Felix, please stop. I'm not asking you to guess the man's last name. His last name was simply Blank.
I don't know. Johnson.
Johnson? Who's Mel Johnson?
The voice of Bugs Bunny?
No, Felix, listen very carefully to me.
All ears, Playboy.
The voice actor who performed the Looney Tunes characters. His name was Mel. His last name was Blank.
Lewis. Mel Lewis.
My God. No, it was not Mel Lewis. His last name, the man's last name was Blank.
Tyler. No, Carter.
Okay, I'm not getting anywhere with this. Bonnie, what do you need? Please just Google the name of the man who voiced Bugs Bunny so that Felix understands what I'm trying to tell him. Will do.
You could just tell me, man, but I like the guessing game. McMahon? Was it Mel McMahon?
No, Felix. Okay, guys, got it. Thank you, Bonnie. Please share what Google has to say about the man who voiced Bugs Bunny. He was born in 1908 and passed away 81 years later in 1989. And his name was... Google's not sure either. All it says is Mel Blanc.
See, it's Google where you got the idea for this guessing game.
No, this is not a guessing game.
Oh, come on, it's fun, man. Lawrence. Mel Lawrence.
I might have a stroke. This is ridiculous. The man's name was Mel Blanc. Mel Blanc. That was his name. Mel Blanc.
Evans.
Go to break. Just go to break. We'll be back next hour. Just go to break.
KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
10 of Rock's most hated songs coming up as we'll sit and spin, but first time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Couple on who or what was on the other side of the door. Guys, on the couch with my roommate smoking a bunch of weed, and we get a knock on the door, and there's a police officer. I can see through the window. Let my roommate answer it. I'm pretty sure he was getting his car repossessed, and the cop was there with him for some reason. Okay, well, I hid in my room, and they eventually went away with his car. 2004, Baghdad. At the beginning of our block party raids, we approached our first compound silently, and they never knew we were there. Instead of smashing through the door and going in loud in the first house, we went quietly, opening the door that was unlocked, revealing 3 bomb makers actively making homemade explosives in the living room.
Oh.
Guys, my wife and I are dating. We were at my apartment having relations on the couch, which happened to be next door, or next to the front door. All of a sudden, 2 Mormon missionaries knocked on the door. It startled us at first, but then she started getting loud. They took off pretty quickly. Love the show, guys. That from Roberts.
She ought to hung out a little longer.
Guys, I delivered to an old woman once. They came out holding a bottle of antifreeze and a pistol. I said, "What the F? What are you doing?" She said, "Nothing, sweetie, just dealing with raccoons."
Oh, damn. All right.
Guys, crazy pug lady here. I was just on a yoga retreat in beautiful Cancun. I'd left the sliding glass door open, and when I came back to my room, I startled a cute little white-nosed Cody. He was eating the sugar packets on the coffee table.
What's a Cody? Do you know?
It kind of looks like a combination between a raccoon and a prairie dog.
Cotie?
Coati. He ran past me with a big white sugar packet hanging out of his mouth. He was way too cute.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm sure that thing could bite you, but that's a very cute animal.
I love you guys. That from Christy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that guy's in there eating his sugar. You go ahead, fella. Take some sugar.
All right, time for a few birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Good day, gentlemen. I use that term loosely. Not a traditional birthday, but today is the birthday for me retiring from the Army. Hopefully that qualifies.
It doesn't qualify, but congratulations, man.
Yeah, absolutely, Jacob. Nice job.
Hey, Jacob, if you're retired from the military, maybe you'll let us go to that Texas Roadhouse with you.
That'd be nice.
Oh, there you go.
Please wish Terry a very happy birthday from her friends who used to work with her. Can we please get an owl hitting the window?
Terry.
Turtle Sex and Coach Ted explaining that a birthday is a day, not an entire month. Thank you, guys. That from the lovely Melanie.
You know, sometimes Coach thinks people think Coach isn't that smart. He doesn't catch on to stuff. I'm going to guess that Terry spelled with 2 R's and an I, huh? Women, it's a day, your birthday. I might let you extend it to a weekend, but a month? Come on now. It's ridiculous, man.
It is ridiculous.
And it gives you what? It gives you a month to just run rampant, do whatever the hell you want?
Well, my birthday's at the end of the month, so I can really take the full advantage of that.
Yeah.
But I feel like you can't claim it until your birthday, right? You can't claim January because it's so late. Yeah.
Well, it's like that guy that's, that gets in a fight every time. He's like, well, I'm Irish. Now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No, it's my birthday month. Now.
All of it is from beautiful, sunny San Diego, California. Today is my wonderful husband Kyle's 37th lap around the sun. He is an awesome provider, an amazing father to our 2 kids, Fiona Grace and Leland Graham. Love him very much and wish him the happiest of birthdays. I think he would love to hear the Dirty Germans tell him how much fun he's going to have at Disneyland today.
As a kid?
Very respectfully from Christina, wife of the deep sea Navy diver.
Yeah, he's going to find Minnie Mouse and hope to get some deep sea, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so I don't know. So they don't even let us in since the park.
And finally, for the birthdays, happy 40th birthday, Robin. Love Paul and the family. How about a fish sandwich and some dirty Germans for guys?
2 Oregon fish sandwich.
Yeah, I hope you have a very happy birthday. And tonight, I'm going to come over and tonight you can bite down on some black schnitzels.
Yeah, how would we could play hide the bratwurst? So you could be my pretzel bun.
Yeah.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
You can watch the Men's Room live on YouTube. Subscribe at KISW Rock. The Men's Room titillates your ears when you listen on the radio or Odyssey app. Teases your taste buds when enjoying Men's Room IPA. And now you can watch the Men's Room live on YouTube. It's as close to actually being in the studio as you can get. Thanks to The Incident. Touch and smell unavailable. Find us on YouTube and subscribe at KISW Rock from Seattle's Sensory Annihilation Station.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
A top story tonight. Online investigators believe that Walmart's new logo was inspired by Winnie the Pooh's anus. But first, the folks at IMDb have their list of the most popular cartoons in the United States.
Why would the federal government care about our cartoon watching habit?
The federal government?
Yeah, you said the IMDb put out the list.
IMDb, yes.
Isn't the IMDb like the CIA or the FBI or the IRS?
No, Felix. IMDb is the Internet Movie Database. Nothing to do with the federal government. They deal with entertainment.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
At any rate, they released their list of the most popular cartoons in the United States, and coming in at number 1, The Simpsons.
That show has been on for 35 years, man.
The average age in the United States is just over 38 years. Think about that.
That's crazy, man. What other cartoons made the list?
Rounding up the top 5 are Rick and Morty, South Park, Family Guy, and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No Bugs Bunny or Looney Tunes.
Not even in the top 10.
That's ridiculous, man. Looney Tunes were the greatest cartoon ever, man. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Foghorn Leghorn, classic.
Well, it doesn't happen often, but I actually agree with you about Looney Tunes. The most impressive thing was that one man provided all of the voices for the characters.
What?
One man did all the voices for Looney Tunes.
No way, man. You're telling me that the man who voiced Bugs Bunny is the same man that voiced Tweety Bird?
That is exactly what I'm telling you, Felix. All of those voices were done by a man named Mel Blanc.
Gibson.
What?
Was it Mel Gibson?
No, it was Mel Blanc.
Torme. Was it Mel Torme?
What? No. His name was Mel Blanc.
Brooks.
It was not Mel Brooks, Felix. Listen to me. The man who voiced Bugs Bunny and all the other Looney Tunes characters, his name was Mel Blanc.
B. Mel B.
Felix, please stop. I'm not asking you to guess the man's last name. His last name was simply Blanc.
I don't know. Johnson.
Johnson? Who's Mel Johnson?
The voice of Bugs Bunny?
No, Felix. Listen very carefully to me.
All ears, Playboy.
The voice actor who performed the Looney Tunes characters. His name was Mel. His last name was Blanc.
Lewis. Mel Lewis.
My God. No, it was not Mel Lewis. His last name, the man's last name was Blanc.
Tyler. No, Carter.
Okay, I'm not getting anywhere with this. Bonnie, what do you need? Please just Google the name of the man who voiced Bugs Bunny so that Felix understands what I'm trying to tell him. Will do.
You could just tell me, man, but I like the guessing game. McMahon? Was it Mel McMahon?
No, Felix. Okay, guys, got it. Thank you, Bonnie. Please share what Google has to say about the man who voiced Bugs Bunny. He was born in 1908 and passed away 81 years later in 1989. And his name was... Google's not sure either. All it says is Mel Blanc.
See, it's Google where you got the idea for this guessing game.
No, this is not a guessing game.
Oh, come on, it's fun, man. Lawrence. Mel Lawrence.
I might have a stroke. This is ridiculous. The man's name was Mel Blanc. Mel Blanc. That was his name. Mel Blanc.
Evans.
Go to break. Just go to break. We'll be back next hour. Just go to break.
KISW. The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, come up here at 5:08. We'll drink a toast for the show of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, a quick check out with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Hides like a tomato in a salad.
Right.
Thank you, Miles. A new study looked into what age music hits the hardest for people.
All right.
I'm going to guess 14 or 15.
14 or 15.
Yep, I was
not
going
a
to say
bad call.
12.
12, not a bad call.
I'll go a little bit higher. I still think it's teenagers, but I'll say 18.
So here's the thing. It's different. For men, it was 16. For women, it was 19.
Really?
All right.
And I wonder if it has to do with just what you're going through in life at the time. I know that we hit puberty at different times. However, women hit it before men, so that's not.
But I feel like
a full
women
thing
have
there, but-
more emotions that they address. So, like, as a guy, right? Grew up listening to rock music. Everything's about being an outcast.
Yeah.
Solid, done. I did not need anything. You can do a love song, you can do your other stuff, but inevitably, it's about being rebellious. So I was cool there, right? And I do think, like, I look at my daughter, there might be something she likes now.
Yeah.
I get the feeling in a year and a half, something else will impress upon her. Like, I was good, but you're an outcast, done.
Yeah.
Nothing
Also,
else
when
to
you're
hear
living
about.
at home with your parents, you can't exactly rock the hell out.
No.
Yeah, unless they're not there. And you're still you're still worried about your neighbors. When you get a car, when you're
Oh,
16
God,
years
yeah.
old, when you move out, those are the times you're like, I can buy whatever I want. I can listen to whatever I want. I have freedom. So for some reason, like listening to music in the car just kind of sticks.
It's different,
It
man.
sticks with me different.
Sure.
I think it's also an age where you're very much just shaped by the stuff you're listening to or watching.
Absolutely.
Like adults tend to be like, I kind of know what I'm doing, but I don't know. Yeah.
Music is who you want to be versus who you are.
Correct.
Kind of a situation.
And then we lock into what we like and start sounding old.
There you go.
Right?
No kidding.
I mean, that's it.
No kidding.
Right. It is tough. Like you got to work hard at it to still listen to popular music now and be like, all right, this is what people like.
Yeah.
After discovering that people with cholesterol lowering genes had lower odds of developing dementia, researchers are now looking into whether or not cholesterol medication may actually help that later in life.
Huh.
All right.
There's
Okay.
no correlation just yet, but they're like, look, there's a tie between people that have the natural ability to lower their cholesterol and staying away from dementia.
Huh.
So maybe this will do it.
I hope that's it.
53% of Americans don't know why we declared independence from Britain in 1776.
That explains a lot.
That explains the
That
plenty.
explains a lot. Says it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said 53% don't.
53% of Americans do not know why we did it.
Would they not accept just taxation?
I don't
Without
think they know
representation?
that. I don't think they know that. I think if you said that, they go, oh, yeah, that makes sense, man. I think what he's saying is like legitimately, they're like, I don't know, we didn't like people in red trench coats.
Yeah. What that crew went through is a hell of a lot more than we want to do our own thing. Like,
Right.
It's a little bit more than that. A little bit more than that. Put your thinking caps on, boys. Time for the Merriam-Webster
Oh,
Word
no.
of the Day.
All right.
Because of yesterday's failure, I'm going to give you guys a 99% success chance.
It's not that we failed, it's that you projected that we would nail it and we simply.
I can't give you 100% anymore.
Right.
99% chance of success. It's an S word. Careful. It's an adjective, and something that is described as this does or involves a lot of sitting.
Sedentary.
There you go.
All right.
We're back.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Where are you at there, Ted?
I don't know. I was just to the part of it. Something.
It's a lot. Studies
Stationary.
show getting your antioxidants from food sources is better for you than through supplements.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anything that you eat that's healthy
Probably.
for you is better than that.
Eating, I feel
I
like
think most of us know, though.
And the
53
whole point is you do the supplements because, like, I don't feel like eating what? Blueberries or whatever the hell gives you.
Exactly.
Is berries like, is that the main one?
Berries are a big
Well,
one.
as
yeah,
far as an
berries.
antioxidant goes. But I mean, like, people are calcium deficient, but also they might be lactose intolerant.
Well, that
Right.
sucks.
So you need to take those pills because you can't just be sitting around chugging milk and eating yogurt
Hey, you can't.
or whatever. I mean, yeah, it doesn't bother me.
You would just have diarrhea and strong bones.
Yeah.
That's a sign of strength.
Diarrhea and strong bones. It turns out that it turns out that how men walk adds to body size when it comes to threat impression. So basically,
Well, yeah.
the way that you walk could make you more intimidating at any size. And that's what they were saying, is that, you don't have to be huge to be intimidating. In fact, it's one of the small habits that tells a lot about you.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
So these are the small habits that actually reveal a lot about your personality. It's all about the little things at the end of the day, you know, because I wanted to basically see what little ticks people are seeing that basically that just speak it all out loud. So they start the list with constantly checking your reflection. So do you often find yourself checking your makeup or on your camera app, smoothing your pants, readjusting your jewelry, looking at your outfit? People who are overly aware of their clothes and body are constantly adjusting things. They come across as perfectionist, nervous, unconfident. Worse, they may be perceived as insecure, narcissistic, and unhappy if it happens all the time. Those who take body checking to the extreme may suffer from low self-esteem, depression, anxiety, and eating disorders.
I take it as you're a 13-year-old boy because my son and every one of his friends are so worried about their hair all the time.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous.
The hair is a major thing.
All of them, but it's constant. Like if you're in a room with them, right, you can be talking to them about anything. They will be attentive. They're smart young men, but 50% of them at any given time, they're kind of reshuffling their hair. And not like scratching their head. I mean, like there's, I don't know, whatever position they believe their hair should be in. It is constant.
Hey, gotta be on point all the time.
Like, it is weird, man.
Yeah. Well, when I was that age, I had a comb in my pocket.
There you go.
You know what? It's kind of the equivalent, right?
Yeah. And
I don't
because
have
that's
that
going to get me
problem.
girls.
And then after a while,
He's got great hair.
Yeah.
We all have hair when we're 12.
Right.
Hopefully.
I had bad hair when I was 12.
How do you have bad hair? Well, bad haircuts or just bad hair?
Well, bad haircuts. But also, my hair has always been thin. I have never had good, lush hair.
Do you have any pictures of you at 12? I just want to laugh at you. We both know this. I'm not even going to lie to you about it.
I can probably
just want to make fun of you.
It's not like I had a Caesar ring at 12, but... I mean, if you look at it compared
you had
to
the
how
I have hair
now,
equivalent.
That's right.
I think my second, 8th grade year was the coolest hair I ever had. And then one practice into freshman football, I buzzed it the next day, and then always kept it pretty short.
That was it.
That was kind of it, yeah.
All right.
I thought, you remember, like, you'd shave up underneath it and it'd, like, split it down the middle?
Uh-huh.
But at 14, that was a cool haircut.
I know. It's hard not to laugh now.
Deflecting compliments. If your first instinct when somebody compliments you is to deflect, contradict, explain, or otherwise negate the sentiment, you may think that you're being humble and that accepting a compliment makes you seem prideful. But this habit actually shows that you aren't comfortable in who you are, have low self-esteem, and may suffer from imposter syndrome.
I always like to say I know.
I don't know what.
Hey, man, good work. Yeah, I know.
I know. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Dumbass.
What you drink. You may mindlessly throw that 12-pack of soda into your shopping cart or order a large pina colada on a night out, but you might want to think twice about what your drink choice reveals about you. According to a study published in Personality and Individual Differences in 2021, researchers found that the people who drank sugary beverages were less likely to think about future consequences and instead tended to make choices to live in the moment.
So by not taking care of yourself, you're living in the moment?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You kind of, or you're projecting like I want to be unhealthy.
So
but like if you're being unhealthy, you're like if we're doing drugs, like I'm not worried about tomorrow, bro. Like I'm living.
That's
in
the
this moment.
hold my beer while I do this.
Exactly. I always get a beer and a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
Never changes. Like what does that say? We're all to the bar. It doesn't matter the bar I go to. I want to know your beer and I want a shot of whiskey every time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a basic ass bitch. I think that's what it says.
I did, yeah. And I don't explain it either, but like this past weekend, right? We drank a lot of cocktails. But then, like, when the race was about to start, I'm like, ooh, sporting event. I need a beer.
Beer, yep.
There we go. There's my thin-ass hair.
Wait, you actually pulled up a picture?
Yeah, I got one right here. This is when I was 15 years old, I think. Around 15 years old. And while I certainly have a hell of a lot more hair than I do now, it's still on the thinner side. Look at that.
Exactly
look at that. Look at that little thin patch right up there. It's obvious that's running away. Doggone it.
Oh, yeah, your hair was not long for the world.
See how long back that is?
You look exactly the way I figured you would look at about 15.
I mean, obviously, I have more.
shorter.
I had more hair. Yeah, it's shorter, but it was also thin as hell.
I get it, man.
I had thin hair.
Yeah, it was a little thin.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. It sucked.
It did. It didn't need to be there.
Yep.
Get it the hell out. Your handwriting. Again, little habits that tell a lot about your personality. Graphology is the analysis of handwriting and how it relates to personality and has been a science since the days of Aristotle. Damn. In fact, your handwriting is such a good measure of who you are that one 2018 study found that using a computer program to analyze a person's handwriting could predict their personality type with about an 80% accuracy.
Damn.
Yeah.
If it's sloppy, I assume you're very successful. It's not about lawyers and doctors.
Yeah.
As opposed to like architects where they all write in draft style. Mm-hmm. You can read anything they write. And the only reason I care about the doctor, like they write you a script. And I'm like, man, like honestly, I cannot read what you wrote. And then you hand it to a pharmacist and you see them struggle for a second.
Yeah.
Is this amoxicillin or oxycodone? Like, please get it right. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Your shopping habits. Want to get to know someone better? Take them to the mall. People who love to shop and tend to shop too much are more likely to have personalities classified as hedonistic, extroverted, impulsive, open to new experiences, and maybe a little neurotic.
Sure.
I mean, that's got to be just for dudes.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've met women who don't like to shop.
I have not. Now that you say that out loud, I'm sure they exist. I just have not interacted with them.
Right. And I don't think every girl I've dated is a narcissist. I think they just like to shop.
Mm-hmm. No, they're all narcissists.
Every freaking one of them. You know, if you go to the mall, go to like Alderwood, right? I think Alderwood is a very, very good mall.
Great mall.
It's still, 80% female skewed.
Yes.
But, right, they understand.
And they're right in that age pocket.
Yes, they are.
I think you can recognize when someone is the main event. In their own mind.
Yes.
You know where I think you can tell? Go to baggage claim at any airport.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
See, if the people that are super dressed down, it looks like they didn't even know they were going to travel today.
Yeah.
Then you have other people where you're like, look, I was on a flight with you. It's a 9-hour flight. Why? Completely made up stiletto heels. And this one woman always comes to mind. Everyone's suitcases are falling out of baggage claim. Most people have the standard black, or they've tied something or ribbon you can identify it. And I just remember seeing these 3 leopard print full-size suitcases. And my wife and I just looked at each other, and we didn't quite point, but it's like, you know who this is for.
Right.
And sure enough, skanky little broad went over there to grab his stuff, looking like she doesn't really know what she's doing. I'm like, somebody is getting
I saw a
laid
dude
tonight.
tugging around 3 Louis Vuitton giant bags, and I helped him get one down. He was very nice. But same thing. You saw the wife.
Yep.
You could see it in his eyes. I was just like, she is super hot, but like, you do this every flight, don't you?
Not a one of these is yours, are they?
He couldn't have been nicer. He's like, you don't have to help me. I'm like, no worries. And I was like, oh, you're used to this. This is what you do every flight.
He's like, yes, it is.
Punctuality. Whether you arrive early, on time, or late sends a powerful message about your personality, etiquette, and what motivates you. People who value punctuality are often rule followers and people pleasers, while those who are chronically late may be more self-focused.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Mike, people on the YouTube stream desperately want to see the picture of you.
All right, I'll send it to
I mean, look,
Ken.
it looks like what you think Mike would look like at 15.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
You look exactly the way I would have pictured.
Blur out my buddies' faces, please.
Oh, why? So they're not associated with you?
Exactly.
Jesus.
They're actually making something for themselves.
It's probably their
It's been
request.
20 years,
One has
brother.
been to doggone, like, he's lived in France for years and he's an engineer.
really?
The other one, I don't know what he did, but he was a hell of a lot smarter than I was. Like,
Well, it's not saying that.
yeah, I know. So they're making something about themselves. And then I will leave you with this last and final personality bit that says a lot about you, and you hear it all over the place. Your handshake. It expresses a lot about you in just a few seconds, according to this PhD, a human behavior expert and author who has developed multiple online psychological behavioral and personality assessments. A simple, firm, and brief handshake with one up and down motion shows you have confident personality, while a limp handshake indicates you're insecure, afraid, or shut down. If you use the 2-hand arm shake, it indicates aggressiveness or an attempt to dominate. Similarly, shaking hands with your palm down shows that you're dominant, controlling, and possibly aggressive. Never wipe your hand just after you shake hands with somebody, because that communicates that you find the person dirty.
But you want to.
Oh, there's moments you're
I can't believe I
like,
touched him.
When I was coming up in school, in radio school, I ran into a friend from high school while I was just doing a booth out there at the college and whatnot, right? And I was like, oh, man, good to see you. And I went up there to shake his hand, and he went, he gave me the dead fish. And
Right,
I was
like,
like,
come on, man.
You're better than that. You're
should've told him.
better than that.
And stand up.
I should have. That was on
Well,
me.
I know. Sometimes it's tough. You're a super crowded place, and somebody will be like, you don't have to stand up. But generally, that's my role. Like, if you're
Get on your
if
feet.
I'm shaking your hand, yeah. I'll
right,
say
it just
stand
is so like, what are you, a king? Like, oh, here.
Especially if you're meeting somebody for the first time, too.
Correct.
That's my problem, Stephen Hawking. Like, you can't get up, man? Whatever.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Just sit there. You don't have to get up.
Don't take it personally. Jesus.
A woman in South Korea killed a cockroach in her home, but it came at a cost, Miles.
What was that cost?
About at $5.50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Free time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast Mr. Brian Cotter of Pueblo, Colorado. Brian. You know Brian. He works at the corner. And with Halloween approaching, he decided to open his office for a, quote, safe and sweet, family-friendly Halloween party. Now, unfortunately, when he put out the invitation, the local community has not responded to the invite as Brian had hoped. So he ended up canceling the event, and he even posted a Facebook quote saying, "Our intent was simply to provide a safe, family-friendly opportunity for children and families to enjoy the holiday together as we have provided in the past." It has become clear, however, that the event was not well received by some members of the community. We recognize and respect those concerns, and as such, we've decided to cancel the event. So you got to wonder, what was the blowback on this? The guy's done it before in the past. People seem to enjoy it. Yeah, the blowback is that a few months ago, in the month of August, Brian got himself in the hot water when authorities discovered 24 decomposing bodies hidden behind a door in his mortuary. Some of the bodies had been decomposing for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was just keeping them?
He was just keeping them. Keep in mind, this is Pueblo, Colorado. It's not like it's a billion people living there, so everybody knows. And when he's like, hey, come down to the office, same place they found the decomposing bodies, doing a haunted house, all of the parents are like, no, we're not going to do that.
I like it still like, try to do something nice for you people.
That's his attitude. Like, hey, I've done it before you knew that I was storing dead bodies in the back. Whatever. I respect your wishes.
Now you're all judgy.
Poor Brian, man. No Halloween party in Pueblo where the real dead bodies are decomposing. What can one do? So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, it's going to get tested online for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
A top story tonight. Online investigators believe that Walmart's new logo was inspired by Winnie the Pooh's anus. But first, the folks at IMDb have their list of the most popular cartoons in the United States.
Why would the federal government care about our cartoon watching habit?
The federal government?
Yeah, you said the IMDb put out the list.
IMDb, yes.
Isn't the IMDb like the CIA or the FBI or the IRS?
No, Felix. IMDb is the Internet Movie Database. Nothing to do with the federal government. They deal with entertainment.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
At any rate, they released their list of the most popular cartoons in the United States, and coming in at number 1, The Simpsons.
That show has been on for 35 years, man.
The average age in the United States is just over 38 years. Think about that.
That's crazy, man. What other cartoons made the list?
Rounding up the top 5 are Rick and Morty, South Park, Family Guy, and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No Bugs Bunny or Looney Tunes.
Not even in the top 10.
That's ridiculous, man. Looney Tunes were the greatest cartoon ever, man. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Foghorn Leghorn, classic.
Well, it doesn't happen often, but I actually agree with you about Looney Tunes. The most impressive thing was that one man provided all of the voices for the characters.
What?
One man did all the voices for Looney Tunes.
No way, man. You're telling me that the man who voiced Bugs Bunny is the same man that voiced Tweety Bird?
That is exactly what I'm telling you, Felix. All of those voices were done by a man named Mel Blanc.
Gibson.
What?
Was it Mel Gibson?
No, it was Mel Blanc.
Torme. Was it Mel Torme?
What? No, his name was Mel Blanc.
Brooks.
It was not Mel Brooks, Felix. Listen to me. The man who voiced Bugs Bunny and all the other Looney Tunes characters, his name was Mel Blanc.
Mel B.
Felix, please stop. I'm not asking you to guess the man's last name. His last name was simply Blanc.
I don't know. Johnson.
Johnson? Who's Mel Johnson?
The voice of Bugs Bunny?
No, Felix, listen very carefully to me.
All ears, Playboy.
The voice actor who performed the Looney Tunes characters. His name was Mel. His last name was Blanc.
Lewis. Mel Lewis.
My God. No, it was not Mel Lewis. His last name, the man's last name was Blanc.
Tyler. No, Carter.
Okay, I'm not getting anywhere with this. Bonnie, what do you need? Please just Google the name of the man who voiced Bugs Bunny so that Felix understands what I'm trying to tell him. Will do.
You could just tell me, man, but I like the guessing game. McMahon? Was it Mel McMahon?
No, Felix. Okay, guys, got it. Thank you, Bonnie. Please share what Google has to say about the man who voiced Bugs Bunny. He was born in 1908 and passed away 81 years later in 1989. And his name was... Google's not sure either. All it says is Mel Blanc.
See, it's Google where you got the idea for this guessing game.
No, this is not a guessing game.
Oh, come on, it's fun, man. Lawrence. Mel Lawrence.
I might have a stroke. This is ridiculous. The man's name was Mel Blanc. Mel Blanc. That was his name. Mel Blanc.
Evans.
Go to break. Just go to break. We'll be back next hour. Just go to break.
.9 KISW. Text the men's room at 206-803-ROCK.
TV Time with Ted brought to you by Xfinity. Give them a call, 1-800-XFINITY.
The men's room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Thrill Hooks to please everyone on Profile This is played.
It sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Devin. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Devin, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. You have your choice today of one of three categories. We have Hit Me With Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional object that someone chose to use as a weapon. We have Seriously, where you guess the petty conflict that led to violence. And finally today, License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess.
Let's go with Seriously.
I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
All right, we go to Davenport, Florida, where a routine Sunday at the McDonald's there escalated into a dangerous situation involving a gun after an argument over something. Now, the incident began when the restaurant started getting slammed with orders and culminated in 3 arrests, 1 injury, and all of those involved being charged. Now, what started as a drive-through disagreement quickly turned into a face-to-face violence. The men involved, they came into the restaurant and threatened violence. Quote, one of them mentioned, I got a switch. I got a 30 clip. So in response, and a McDonald's employee, Juan Soto, he pulled out his own gun. Well, the employee, that's Soto, he aimed his firearm at the 2 men who threatened him, ultimately firing and striking one of them, identified as Mr. Peter Story, shot him in the neck. Now, after the shot, Soto fled the scene, taking his gun and the shell casing. The Polk County Sheriff's officers later charged Soto with tampering with evidence, which is a felony. Now, the 2 men involved, Nicholas Jones and Peter Story, they were charged with trespass after warning and disorderly conduct. Both have since bonded out. The question is, what very important thing led to one of them getting shot in the neck at a McDonald's? Was it the wrong order? Was it cold food? Was it too busy to take orders? Or finally, no dipping sauce? So the wrong order, cold food, too busy to take orders, or no dipping sauce?
Did you say Juan Soto?
What's that?
The MLB player? Did you say Juan Soto?
I think this guy's name is Juan Soto as well.
His name is Juan Soto. Yeah,
great.
and that is the McDonald's employee, yes.
And you said it is a McDonald's.
It was a McDonald's, yes.
I love their sweet and sour sauce.
I know
think-
you do.
I think this is all about sauce.
Sauce.
Dipping sauce.
You got nuggets. There's no sauce. It's like a circle of hell.
What Ted is saying is that he'd shoot a man in the neck if he doesn't get
For
a sweet and
the
sour
proper
sauce.
amount. If I get a 20-piece nugget, I need at least 4.
4, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, 1 sauce for every 5 nuggets.
Yeah.
My bad, I judged you quickly.
Glad you learned.
Miles, what do you think?
I think that it works it out if it's wrong order or cold food. I'm going to say too busy. They didn't take their order at all.
That's kind of what I was leaning towards. I'll take cold.
Cold food?
Cold
Okay.
food.
Cold food, yeah.
What was this disagreement all about? The wrong order, cold food, too busy to take an order, or no dipping sauce? We will find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
is on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category is seriously on profile list. Florida McDonald's ends up with an employee pulling a gun on a customer, shooting him in the neck.
Yeah.
Fired a shot at a man over what? The wrong order, cold food, they were too busy to take orders, or they had no dipping sauce.
And Devin, that is a question that we asked you. Let us start with the Ted Smith. You went with the dipping sauce. It was not the dipping sauce. I'm not saying you're not warranted shooting a man in the neck because you did not get 4 sweet and sours for your 20-piece
nugget
order. Yeah. But that is not why this man got shot. Devin, you said the food was cold. It was not because the food was cold. And finally, Miles Montgomery, you said they were just too busy to even take orders.
Oh!
That is exactly.
Use the app!
The guy told them, so they're in the drive-thru. They were getting slammed. The guy said, hey, man, sorry, right now we're just not taking orders. Doesn't mean we're not going to take orders.
Right.
Just, those guys didn't want to hear it. Rolled into the restaurant and got shot in the neck.
Damn.
For McDonald's.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
I've been in Texas over the weekend scream.
My voice is struggling. I don't even know if I can get up there right now. All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmys,
Fallon Kimmel,
Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title lights guys have teams of talents and writers help them come up with monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
A new study shows that 54% of adults think they should have their own Halloween night and a chance to celebrate Halloween without involving kids. The study brought to you by the Trojan Company.
The Ted Smith.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you dressed like a nurse tonight. Okay.
Amazon Web Services was hit by a massive outage that brought down major apps and websites like Fortnite, Snapchat, and Facebook. Everyone under 20 was like, not Fortnite. Everyone under 30 was like, not Snapchat. And everyone over 40 was like, not Facebook. Foul. That's foul.
Amazon Web Services was hit by a massive outage that brought down major apps and websites like Fortnite, Snapchat, and Facebook. Everyone under 20 was like, not Fortnite. Everyone under 30 was like, not Snapchat. And everyone over 40 was like, not Facebook.
The mayor of a town in South Carolina caught a loose spider monkey by enticing it with a hot cup of coffee. Wow. Imagine living in a town with so many loose spider monkeys that you know how they take their coffee.
I'll say Fallon again.
Fallon.
Myers.
The mayor of a town in South Carolina recently caught a loose spider monkey by enticing it with a hot cup of coffee. Wow, imagine living in a town with so many loose spider monkeys that you know how they take their coffee.
A group of thieves broke into the Louvre.
Louvre. Ignore the R, bro.
All right. A group of thieves broke into the Louvre and stole priceless Napoleonic-era jewels in a 7-minute daytime heist. It's not good when the deodorant at CVS has better security than the Louvre.
Foul.
Go back.
That's foul.
A group of thieves broke into the Louvre and stole priceless Napoleon-era jewels in a 7-minute daytime heist. It's not good when the deodorant at CVS has better security than the Louvre.
He's not kidding. I was in there this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want anything, you got to press the button.
Razors, deodorant.
You might as well just grab an employee and go, can we walk around together?
Right.
I mean, right when you walk in, can I just get a personal shopping assistant? Because everything I'm going to need is not where I can grab it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've definitely been in a grocery store with like the flu or cold, like all stuffed up. And just standing there, you press the button, nobody shows, and just like the guy's like, "Do you need help?" It's like, "Oh, I don't need the cold medicine, man. I'm dying here."
Yeah. 45 minutes today. 45 minutes at CVS.
Thanks, meth heads. Obviously, the big story going around Seattle would be last night. One of the biggest. Sorry, Mike. I got to talk about it. All right. Oh, I know. First of all, I hate to say this because people in Seattle are so sick and tired of the Mariners not making a World Series, but it was an amazing season. It was a crazy run. I mean, look, as you know, I wasn't here, right? I was in Austin, Texas on Friday, right? And we were going to run out to the track to watch, not important, but it's the F1, it's a weekend long.
Yeah.
But that game was coming on, right? And I took a nap after my red eye. I meet my buddies at a bar. And by the end of that evening, right, you go into all that extra innings and stuff. I mean, we had a bar of 30 to 40 people cheering for the Mariners. It's not even a sports bar.
Right.
Like to the point where they're like, hey, we are going to have a DJ later. And we're like, just keep it on that big screen. But I mean, even those people were like, this is electric. You guys have never been? We're like, no, Mariners never been. We're going to do this and that. And
meanwhile, in Texas, they're reigning World Series champions.
Right.
Yeah. And then just, even just like I was down there like Sunday after the race, then it's like, all right, we're going to go watch Game 6. That went bad.
Yes,
right?
It did.
And I mean, when they lost Game 6, I pretty much was like, this is a wrap. But you keep the spirit going. And
yeah, it's not done.
Shout out to Southwest Internet. I was watching the game on a plane. Like, it just sucked.
Ooh, do they have seating, assigned seating yet?
They do not.
Okay, because they kept saying they were going to do it.
When does that happen? Because their commercials are that we have assigned seating. Now, you were just on this plane this weekend.
It was still the group stuff, and you line up.
All right. How'd you do with your
This
seat?
is why I don't fly Southwest. It's too complicated for me. I'm stupid.
Well, here's the deal, Miles, is that it's really not. I found out this time it's not that hard if you're not, and I mean this for both of us. I generally don't show up to the gate till right before you have to.
Yeah.
So for a change, I was like, I'm going to get my ass there early and not just hang out in the bar. So then when you sit by I was lucky I had Group B.
Yeah.
So I still found like an aisle or a window.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the whole thing. You got to line up.
Yeah, see, I don't do that. That's my issue.
But it was cool, and then you had the Seahawks playing as well. Just Mike, I know you're super pissed off today, but that's got to be one of the bigger nights in Seattle sports history, having a Game 7.
Yeah, it was the greatest game that we have seen. It is the furthest that we've ever seen the Mariners go. Yes, we have never made it to Game 7.
I know everyone's disappointed the Mariners didn't go, myself included. It kind of sucks, but and it doesn't matter the sport to me. I believe this to be true, and I've tried to explain this to my son when it comes to football. I said, look, man, the way I see things, you win or you don't. Mm-hmm. So no matter the sport, there's only one fan base that is happy.
Yeah,
right. There's one.
Well, you can't have two number ones. That's 11. That don't make sense.
Well, also,
so you didn't make it. You went as close as you can get, and it is bitterly disappointing. That's understood. But it's like, look, at the end of the season, there's only one fan base that has anything to celebrate. Because losing the World Series to me, you might as well have not won a game all season.
It's
worse. Didn't
I think it's
achieve
worse.
your goal. So what?
That's what I was saying. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off. You're playing a team with a payroll that's twice as much as yours. If you make it to the World Series. You got a pitcher that hits 3 home runs and strikes out 10 people. It's already over. And I'm sorry. Like I wanted the Mariners to go. I've been rooting for them for 20 freaking years. But this particular season
against that
Dodgers team, who've been to 5 in the last 8 years, with that kind of payroll, which is unheard of in baseball, it's almost not even fair. For any team.
I agree.
For any team.
And look, Dodgers fans were going nuts Fridays. They were playing too.
Sure.
And that was like the joke. We were like, well, it's a buzzsaw sitting there. But
somewhere in a parking lot, some kid picked up a baseball underneath a tire, and it was Otani's 468-foot smash. He didn't even know. He just thought someone was playing around the parking lot, doing a pitch before the game.
I am with my. That's always the argument. Me and my brother have had it for years. Is it better to lose a close game or a blowout? I'd rather get blown out. You lose those close games, and it's like
it's heartbreaking.
Right? It's like
the blowout's easier to swallow.
No, because you've had more time to, when you're going to get blown out.
Right.
And you go, guys, this is where we're at, man. Yeah.
I was saying it all over the place. I said it at the beginning of the season and seasons before, I just want another divisional title. I just want another banner that's hung up in that stadium.
You got it.
And we got that, absolutely. But the problem is that they kept going. They kept doing well. They kept making me believe. And then when they took the 2-game lead here in the ALCS, 2-0, I was like, okay, shoot, show me, guys.
Well, look,
if we had lost that series in Game 6, that would have sucked. But you know what? Hey, we got another banner. Had a really great little stint there, but then all of a sudden Toronto showed up
There's a lot to look forward to.
We had 8 outs to go.
Yep.
Yeah. Look, it is.
I'm going to say it. They should not have pulled Woo.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's all.
I agree.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way. I think Woo feels that way.
Yeah, Woo's going to tell you.
And you woo.
Well, also, when you get as deep as they had, and look, that bullpen did a great job in the playoffs, but it had been taxing, right? Like, you had already been through a few of these games.
They're exhausted.
I know Wu, at this point, he doesn't care. He'll rip that muscle apart. But also, it's like, there was a risk factor of, like, he could really, mess up his whole, so...
Yep.
It's a tough thing, and nobody wants to hear it. It was a great season, but I think it's just more heartbreaking. I mean, even as heartbreaking as that second Super Bowl loss is for the Seahawks, it's like, all right, it didn't start a dynasty, but there's some
But you had one.
You had one the year before.
Yeah.
It was also amazing to watch how quiet the Seahawks game got after that.
Oh, yeah.
People were kind of filing out. It wasn't the Seahawks had a pretty decent sized lead. It is a late Monday night game. I think people were just emotionally spent.
Yeah.
Because you looked at that stadium, you're like, this is not loud.
Right.
They were talking about how loud it can be.
It was earlier.
It was earlier in the game.
It sounded like there was points of that game, and credit to Seahawks fans, the defense looked really good.
Jesus, man.
The offense, like, they tried to give that game away with some of those turnovers, but it did. There was periods where I was like, all right, that sounds like the way Lumen should, with the defense being dangerous, being fast, twitchy, and then people just going nuts.
I couldn't watch the Seahawks game because I was so just... My stomach was churning because of the loss from the Mariners. I turned on the Seahawks game, and all they could talk about is, look at this sad Mariners fan inside of the Seattle Stadium. Look at here's the score. Here's the replay of when Julio swung after one that he didn't have. They just lost. Look at this sad fan over here. Like, I'm going to bed. I can't do it. I can't
and the weird
do it.
thing, the crazy thing is I think for all the adults, if you've lived here your whole life, right? We've been here 20 years.
Yeah.
It's crushing. But also, that run was so exciting.
Huge.
There will be a whole generation of kids somewhere between 5 and 15 that now are baseball fans because they watched this run.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
So it
Absolutely.
is, it's kind of crazy.
Also, the Seahawks are 5-2. The defense looks studly.
You're welcome.
They look really, really, really good. If there's hope for something, it's a really good Seahawks season.
Absolutely.
So at least that's on the horizon, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I mean, the Hawks are getting it done.
I mean, it's not like we got to watch the frickin' Ravens. You want to talk about painful? You just want to stab yourself.
At this point, it's comedy.
Part of me just thinks, man, maybe that McDonald guy really knows what he's doing.
Somebody asked me the other day, do you guys, as a Ravens fan, he goes, do you guys miss Mike McDonald? I was like, yes!
Yes. And 99 is a frickin' beast.
Wait, look at the Seahawks defense and look at your defense.
That's all you got to do. Yes!
Thanks, Mike McDonald, for nothing.
It is funny. It's the upside down world.
No.
The Ravens
Dude.
don't have a defense.
No, because we lost Mike McDonald.
Have you been checking out Chad Powers' new episode of that on tonight? You want to watch that?
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
A top story tonight. Online investigators believe that Walmart's new logo was inspired by Winnie the Pooh's anus. But first, the folks at IMDb have their list of the most popular cartoons in the United States.
Why would the federal government care about our cartoon watching habit?
The federal government?
Yeah, you said the IMDb put out the list.
IMDb, yes.
Isn't the IMDb like the CIA or the FBI or the IRS?
No, Felix. IMDb is the Internet Movie Database. Nothing to do with the federal government. They deal with entertainment.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
At any rate, they released their list of the most popular cartoons in the United States, and coming in at number 1, The Simpsons.
That show has been on for 35 years, man.
The average age in the United States is just over 38 years. Think about that.
That's crazy, man. What other cartoons made the list?
Rounding up the top 5 are Rick and Morty, South Park, Family Guy, and Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No Bugs Bunny or Looney Tunes.
Not even in the top 10.
That's ridiculous, man. Looney Tunes were the greatest cartoon ever, man. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Foghorn Leghorn, classic.
Well, it doesn't happen often, but I actually agree with you about Looney Tunes. The most impressive thing was that one man provided all of the voices for the characters.
What?
One man did all the voices of for Looney Tunes.
No way, man. You're telling me that the man who voiced Bugs Bunny is the same man that voiced Tweety Bird?
That is exactly what I'm telling you, Felix. All of those voices were done by a man named Mel Blanc.
Gibson.
What?
Was it Mel Gibson?
No, it was Mel Blanc.
Torme. Was it Mel Torme?
What? No, his name was Mel Blanc.
Brooks.
It was not Mel Brooks, Felix. Listen to me. The man who voiced Bugs Bunny and all the other Looney Tunes characters, his name was Mel Blanc.
Mel B.
Felix, please stop. I'm not asking you to guess the man's last name. His last name was simply Blanc.
I don't know. Johnson.
Johnson? Who's Mel Johnson?
The voice of Bugs Bunny?
No, Felix, listen very carefully to me.
All ears, Playboy.
The voice actor who performed the Looney Tunes characters. His name was Mel. His last name was Blanc.
Lewis. Mel Lewis.
My God. No, it was not Mel Lewis. His last name, the man's last name was Blanc.
Tyler. No, Carter.
Okay, I'm not getting anywhere with this. Bonnie, what do you need? Please just Google the name of the man who voiced Bugs Bunny so that Felix understands what I'm trying to tell him. Will do.
You could just tell me, man, but I like the guessing game. McMahon? Was it Mel McMahon?
No, Felix. Okay, guys, got it. Thank you, Bonnie. Please share what Google has to say about the man who voiced Bugs Bunny. He was born in 1908 and passed away 81 years later in 1989. And his name was... Google's not sure either. All it says is Mel Blanc.
See, it's Google where you got the idea for this guessing game.
No, this is not a guessing game.
Oh, come on, it's fun, man. Lawrence. Mel Lawrence.
I might have a stroke. This is ridiculous. The man's name was Mel Blanc. Mel Blanc. That was his name. Mel Blanc.
Evans.
Go to break. Just go to break. We'll be back next hour. Just go to break.
Now, you can watch The Men's Room live on YouTube. Subscribe at KISW Rock. The Men's Room titillates your ears when you listen on the radio or Odyssey app. Teases your taste buds when enjoying Men's Room IPA. And now, you can watch The Men's Room live on YouTube. It's as close to actually being in the studio as you can get. Thanks to The Incident. Touch and smell unavailable. Find us on YouTube and subscribe at KISW Rock from Seattle's Sensory Annihilation Station.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. A woman's attempt at killing a cockroach ends up burning her apartment down. Meanwhile, a dog who escaped a crate at the airport spends the next 9 days just exploring around. Plane makes an emergency landing after banging on the cockpit door. A woman shares joys of the newborn baby, but wait, there's a whole lot more. And a lion jumps out of a transit truck in South Africa to presumably walk across the street and go home. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cock.
Top story. We go to South Korea, where pest control is a delicate process. A woman was forced to act when she found a cockroach in her home. Needing an option, she grabbed herself a can of spray and a lighter and attempted to use a homemade flamethrower to exterminate the insect.
You ever done that?
No.
I have.
Oh, God.
It's awesome.
I'm sure it is. Inside your house.
If you do it right.
We used to do it with hairspray.
Yeah.
I mean...
Do the can of Lysol, whatever.
Anything, yeah.
Any kind of aerosol can.
I mean, I don't do it. It's dumb.
No, I'm saying you can, yeah.
We just, I don't know. That was like the thing. But like, yeah, we'd have to like sneak out and go somewhere. We're like, all right, let's try it. I don't think I've ever seen somebody do it in a home.
I mean, I have done it. I've made the flamethrower, but I haven't killed a bug doing it.
No, then what are you doing?
Just flamethrowing. I used to set my hand on fire at the auction.
On purpose?
When I was working at the detail shop, and we had lacquer thinner that we would use to get a lot of stuff off the windows and whatnot. You'd like chalk on the windows and whatnot.
Yeah.
We'd use that to get it off. Well, if I was bored, I'd have a glove on and I'd dip my hands in lacquer thinner and then set it on fire. Whoa!
You ever do it with rubber cement when you were a kid?
No.
Yeah, that was our big thing.
Okay.
But you realize rubber cement burns off real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. Oh, yeah.
Jeez, I whiz. Anyway, the lighter worked, but it also set her home on fire. What's more is the woman lived on the 4th floor of a shared building, posing an issue for her neighbors.
Oops.
Tragedy struck when her upstairs neighbors were forced to evacuate due to the smoke, passing their infant child to the neighbors in an adjoining building and climbing across themselves. Sadly, the father made it, but the mother did not. She did make the jump and took a fall. She was taken to the hospital where she would later pass from the injury. Authorities are now looking to charge the woman with causing death by negligence.
So she was trying to climb to the other building and slipped and fell.
Correct.
Jeez, man.
Because that was her only way out, because they were trapped by the smoke.
The other suggestion is take your foot, put on a shoe, and stomp on the roach.
Right. And now
no one gets hurt.
Someone's dead.
Nothing's on fire.
Well
right.
done. In other news, up to Canada. We love Canada, where a local mother isn't what she claims. Her family and friends were all buzzing with excitement months ago when she announced that she was going to be having a baby. Throughout the pregnancy, she pulled all the usual new mom moves, sending ultrasound photos, videos of the new baby kicking, had a gender reveal, the nines. Mm-hmm. But excitement started to wane after the woman had the baby, but was apprehensive about people interacting with her. She'd send more photos as time went on, but nobody was allowed to hold her or even check on her while she was asleep. Nobody's actually seeing this baby, right? But Grandma eventually pulled rank and went into the baby's room to discover she wasn't real. She was just a realistic doll. Eventually, the whole story began to unravel about the woman's motherhood. She took to social media where she had gained a small following of people enjoying her journey as well to explain that all the members of her family were letting her have it. Nobody was letting her off the hook. Her family has gone so far as to say that they all feel duped and betrayed by the woman.
Because they were duped and betrayed by her. Yeah. You don't feel that way.
Yeah.
That is exactly what happened. You might hear about her tomorrow on Who Sucks Less. I don't know.
I had a feeling as I was going through the story that we might hear from her.
What was the end result? There was no GoFundMe. There was no ask for gifts. Like, if you're going to give all that stuff.
She got gifts. Like, she had a baby shower.
Yeah, people spent their money to buy her gifts.
What are you doing with all that crap? You got onesies.
It's about the attention that she received.
Okay, I know you get but that's the thing. Now the attention. Well, you get a different kind of attention now. You also have boxes of infant diapers.
And her boyfriend was there, like, yeah, I knew she was doing it. Like, why are you with this woman?
She told him that the baby was dead.
Yeah, she told him the baby had died.
Right.
Because he wasn't the boyfriend, he was the baby's father.
Daddy,
so they weren't still together.
Okay, gotcha.
But like anyway, he wants to know what's going on. She told through the whole pregnancy, this is what's going on. So that's the thing. He wasn't a part of this. Then he gets the news. Think about this. You think you're going to be a father. You're told you're a father. Then you're told your infant child dies, and that just has to be the most crushing thing on earth. That's psych. That was never
Didn't
pregnant.
even exist.
Yeah.
Right. Get in. And that's a thing. I've seen a handful of videos of people that are walking around with baby strollers and Bjorns and whatnot, and they just got realistic babies in there.
Which is really
I've seen
weird.
people walk around with strollers with dogs in there.
Dogs I
Yeah.
would take, but the fake
I'm
ass
with you.
baby.
Dogs and like a cat, it's one thing, but you got a fake baby in there, and you're like something's wrong.
That's me something, man. Yeah.
Right, like children play with fake babies.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
And even they know it's not real.
Right. You're blocking something that you need to talk about at this point. But just in case the story's left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
To BC, Canada, better Canada, where new starts are earned. The Vancouver airport was left scrambling after a dog in their care escaped. An 8-month-old pup that was being transported from a South Korean shelter by a rescue organization. Little Tommy was his name, slipped out of his bonds. And,
The dog?
Yeah.
Little Tommy.
Tommy.
Okay.
Tommy, man. Slipped out of his bonds and took off for the surrounding area of the airport, not taking his chances with crews on the lookout for him. They had spent days trying to lure Tommy back into custody, and after 9 days with several cameras and traps, they were able to bring Tommy in. He's since finished his journey and look forward to being adopted to his forever home.
Damn.
And now what I've all been dreading. Men's Room Sports. It's not the news I wanted to come to you with today, but the Mariners season has come to an official end after a heartbreaking loss in Game 7 of the ALCS. It is still the best season that the franchise has ever seen, and hopefully management sees the reception by the city and lights a fire to get us there next season. I wrote that when I was trying to feel optimistic. I don't. You got college football on ESPN and CBS Sports tonight. NBA basketball is back on NBC, and Kraken hockey's underway over on Amazon and Kong. Let's get excited!
Okay.
As far as your weather, you got mostly clear and a low of 43 tonight, leads to mostly clear and a high of 62 tomorrow. That's it for your headlines. I'm going home. Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Who Sucks Less. Lovely Jolene's coming up next.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this biatch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.